Depression has been a big issue amongst the world as of late, with a few statistics like 1 in every 4 people having a mental disorder to the world having the highest male suicide rate in history. It is safe to say depression and other mental disorders have taken a negative toll on our society. And I was one of these people. Well, kind of. I had this phase in year 7 where I was a self-diagnosed depressed kid, but it still hit me pretty hard. And why was I so depressed? Of course, the loss of family members did definitely take a negative toll. But looking back at it, a majority of it was just not me being happy with who I was. I was quite ugly, quite lazy, did not have a lot of friends. There was not much for me to be happy about. But then, what really kicked it out for me was when I started to train football and lift weights. Oh yes, clearly football didn't work out, but it still gave me a purpose to work towards something in life. It made me see that it was possible to get out of this depressed state. And although I'm not jacked right now, it's clear to say that I've made a lot of progress since I first started, and then any other form of depression that I had left in me was completely kicked out when I first discovered self-improvement. At that point of finding a multitude of habits that would level me up as a person, I was setting myself up for a great future. My lifting would give me a nice physique. Journaling and meditation would help with my mental health. Reading would help expand my knowledge. And that's the key that got me out of this depressed state. It was not seeing me as who I was and who I am now, but who I would become in the future. I knew, and I still know, that at the time, and also right now, I'm not happy with what I look like and who I am. But I constantly keep in mind that who I am in this present moment will be someone completely different and way more high quality in the future, just as long as I keep doing these habits. Like I said, compared to when I first started self-improvement, I've already made a lot of progress, but I was in the trenches when I first started. The progress I made still doesn't make it seem noticeable that I've been on self-improvement for over a year now, just because of how much of a low state I was in when I first started. Right now, it is through my mindset and the way I talk that makes people realize that I'm on self-improvement and that I know what I'm talking about. Whether it's in these videos right here or real life interaction, it doesn't matter. My mindset speaks volumes, and it's quite noticeable that I don't have the mindset of a low quality person. But right now, visually, you can't really tell that I've been on self-improvement for over a year. Back then, this would have sent me into a frenzy. Right now, I don't care. Because when I speak to you in front of this camera, I see not the man that I am right now, but the man that I know I'll become in the future. And this should speak volumes to you. As the author James Clear of Atomic Habits says, you need to identify with the desired outcome of your habits. You want to be jacked? Do something a jacked person would do. Do things a jacked person would do. Act the way a jacked person would act. More of a challenge? See yourself already as someone who is jacked. Same thing with being rich. Do things a rich person would do. Think like a rich person. Perceive things like a rich person. Identify as a rich person. Sure, you could look like a prick according to some people, but that doesn't matter in the long run. As long as you're not cheating yourself and you're doing these habits day in and day out that will get you your desired outcome, your identity will turn into reality. I mean, what does it look like when someone like me gives advice to people? I'm definitely not there yet, but on the inside, I am. Give it 1 to 2 more years, and it won't matter anymore. I'll become exactly as who I identified to be, just as long as I put in the work. And the same thing goes for you. You have to accept that right now, you are nowhere near where you want to be at. But this is a good thing. In fact, you should smile to yourself that you're at this point. Yes, it sounds weird, but you are now taking the first step of a long but memorable process of becoming the best version of yourself. There is no destination without the journey. Don't run away from this. Accept this and start your journey. Those times of pain, hardship, agony suck now, but will become beautiful once you finally get to that desired destination. Body dysmorphia will come your way. Ad meditation sessions will come your way. Some journal entries will not provide you the solutions that you need. Sometimes reading will be difficult, and you won't find out how you can apply it right away. Good. Invite these problems. When you feel like enough is enough and you want to quit, that's when you have to continue self-improvement the most. Because don't you think that you'll go through this self-improvement process without having second thoughts of self-improvement actually working for you or not? That question is gonna come down the line, and it'll come more than once.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
And your depression might come in and make things more difficult for you. It might ruin your perception of things. A very important thing on self-improvement. In order to combat this, it is a must to go through the mindset that every good or bad thing that happens to you is a sign, a message. Who we are right now should not satisfy us. And I'll stand here with very few people saying the same thing. You are not perfect just as the way you are. Me and you are miserable lowlifes. But it does not have to end this way. We can take the steps and the means necessary to help us climb out of our awful position and identity that we have of ourselves, to then becoming someone you couldn't even imagine becoming. This is easier said than done. I said a few years, but the truth is, nobody knows. I've been on self-improvement for a year now, and I'm nowhere near the spot where I want to be at. But the time that things make the right turn will never come if you decide to give up on your pursuit of improving yourself. So if you want to learn about self-improvement, I will drop my self-improvement guide down in the description, and I'll also make sure I'll put that in the comments down below. Follow that guide precisely, and you'll be doing the most on the self-improvement. That's it for this video. If you like what you see here, make sure you subscribe and also share with friends. It's really important that we keep spreading this message here of self-improvement. We have people like Hamza gone, the Tates locked up, all the influential people getting banned. We need new voices here, and I'd love to be one of them for you. If you think I'm capable of that, please share. But with that being said, I'll see you in the next one.